are our brains messed up by the current technology? That sounded really, really like monotone, because it kind of is. Like, this is my second take of this video. I felt like I was rambling for too long and I didn't want to do that. So this is take two or whatever. But is technology ruin our brains? I think it is. And I guess this is just speaking on current experience. I've been surrounded by technology all my life. And maybe the follow up video to this will be on my history with technology and games and stuff, because that's like a big thing with me, right? So I've been around technology since I was like 4 or something, bro. Got Me and my sister got our first PC 2006, and then just kept having more technology around us. So, and that's like growth of like social media too, MySpace, um game consoles, the Wii, DS, PS2s, shit like that. Plug and play consoles, like that kind of stuff was just always around us growing up, and little gadgets and stuff like that. It was definitely more my shit than my sister's shit. Like, she was pretty content with what we had, but I was like, I want to try out this new thing. I want to try out this new thing. So yeah, and then fast forward today, like, technology has advanced a lot at the point where it's at like this plateau. We're not really inventing crazy new things every year. We're more so building upon what we already have, and that's it. But enough about that. We on to the main topic, which is it messing up our brains? So I'm not a scientist. I'm not a pharmacist. I'm not a psychologist or whatever. I don't know how this shit really works. Um, but I feel like it is messing up our dopamine receptors or something. Um, I've always I feel like starting in middle school, once I had my own phone, and I don't know how kids are these days, bro, because I didn't have my for real own phone until I was in 7th grade. It was a little Nexus 5, bro, running like Android Jelly Bean or something. Um, yeah, I didn't have my own phone until that time. Like, 6th grade, bro, I was using an iPod Touch and a flip phone. And then, yeah, so ever since I got my own phone, I was just on that shit like crazy. But I guess even before that, I had a Kindle Fire, bro, and I was just on that like crazy. I was playing like this MMO Growl Online Zone all day, all night. Met some friends on there. Not any friends I talk to now, but met people on there. And then, yeah, so it's always been around my life. And then like 7th grade, it's like, okay, well, everybody's on social media. Let me get on social media, or like have like be on it, be more active. So I was just always on that shit. And then when I wasn't on my phone, I was on my computer. At that time, that was when my mom bought me a computer, because she didn't trust me spending her money to build my own PC. And at that time, I was very, very educated. I was very into that shit. I was really ready to build my own PC. But my mom didn't trust me, and I totally understand. It was her money. So she bought me a PC, and that was when I took PC gaming more serious, I guess. I mean, I had a laptop before that, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, so I was just hooked on that shit. And then high school is when it got crazy, bro, because that's when everybody's on social media, and like I'm always talking to people on the social media. I'm posting on the Snapchat private story and shit. And yeah, it's like, oh, we talking to people on Snapchat like while you're in class. Like, motherfuckers like 5 seats away from me, and I'm fucking sending snaps of them. They sending snaps of me. It's like, okay, bro. We sending each other S/R, bro. Like, all right, bro. Like, so yeah. Um, and I've been thinking a lot about that, because right now it's like everybody, including myself, is addicted to like TikToks and shit. Also, I look kind of, what do people say? Chopped. I look kind of chopped, bro. I had a long night last night. I went out. Anyways, yeah. Now everybody's kind of addicted to TikToks and stuff, including myself. And I think it's kind of divided up into two little things, bro. Depending on how active you were in social media, I feel like that shit fucked your head up. Not in the way where it's like, dude, you can't. function in your day-to-day life. Like, I feel like that is the way it is after short form media came out, and after stuff started having more of that instant gratification, you know? But I feel like social media, like, if you're active, it really wore you out, you know? And like, yeah. So I feel like that part all starts with like that part all starts with like if you have friends that are just constantly active on it, like they hit you up on it, they try and get your attention, so you gotta text them back right away and shit. And that kind of fucks with your head, bro. Like, and you might not notice it now, but I feel like later on that's something you notice. Um, so yeah, when your friendships kind of depend on those texts and shit, eventually like that's kind of what your idea of what relationships are, friendship or romantic or platonic, you know? Then it's like for me personally, then I get into my first little fling or whatever, right? And I'm not getting texted back. I'm like, damn, she don't fuck with me and shit. I mean, I did actually get ghosted, like for real, you know? But, you know, like then you have these expectations that you shouldn't be having on people. You shouldn't be expecting text back unless you have a reason to. And I feel like that's like the first part where it's like it kind of fucks up your attachment to people and understanding what is normal and what is not. But you can definitely grow from that. I feel like I've grown from that. Like I don't really expect that shit. But I feel like in high school that's how it really was. Um and middle school, I guess. I don't know. And the next part I want to talk about is just the instant gratification of like TikTok now and even notifications in the first place. I feel like something that definitely still lingers is like waiting for texts. I know I just talked about that shit, but it's like sometimes you do wait for a text and then you're like just waiting for that notification. Them notifications like it's like ooh, it's like you like Pavlov's dog, bro. Like you be salivated once you hear that notification noise or something. Um, so yeah, and then I feel like TikToks is also another problem. Like it's so easy to get hooked, yet these things have no real substance. I don't really like this angle of myself actually. And my facial hair grows out so fast. I know everybody always said, "Bro, you got no facial hair." Dude, I do got facial hair. Like you can see the 6 o'clock shadow. Is that what it's called, bro? Yeah. Um. So yeah, I feel like that really messes you up in high school. Like later on in high school, especially like senior year and then like early college. That's when my motivation. I mean, I was never a good student in high school or ever. I was decent in middle school, okay? But I was never a good student in high school. And in college, I definitely was a lot better. But I kind of took a couple steps back and kind of looked at myself like, bro, you suck, dude. Like, you're not dumb, but you are always on that damn phone. It's that damn phone. You know, my mom would always tell me, it's because I'm on my phone. It's because I'm on my phone. I'm like, no, mom, it's not because I'm on my phone. It is because I'm on my phone, actually. I really just thought about that. I didn't just think about that, but that's something, you know, I was always on my phone. That shit made it hard to do homework. Have to burp. I didn't know if y'all heard me the first time. Yeah, dude. So I was just always on my phone, bro, and like it definitely messes with your attention span. TikToks especially fuck with that shit, bro. So now we're on to the next chapter of the video. I hate that damn YouTube voice, bro. Now we're on to the next chapter of the video. Like, how do you put an end to it? Well, if you're already doing well, then you don't need to put an end to it. But me personally, and for some other people, I feel like being addicted to technology, I'm not only talking about your phone, like you could be addicted to your computer or some shit too, right? I don't know. Yeah, you can. So how do you stop that shit? Well, let's get like the cliche shit out of the way. Like, oh, you need to go on a walk. You need to go outside. You need to read a book. Obviously, bro. Like, yeah, obviously. But with the phone stuff, it's hard. a lot of people have that sense of like FOMO and like feeling like, damn, I'm missing out. Damn, there's a lot of people I can't connect with now that I don't got social media. Damn, like this and that, this and that. You gotta rewire yourself. I feel like you gotta stop putting so much substance into that part of your life or your phone, you know? Like, bro, who cares about that FOMO, bro? Live your life, you know? I feel like I don't really know because I've never actually successfully quit anything, period. But I feel like that FOMO tapers off at a certain point, and then you'll be free. Your shackles, the chain's broken off, bro. Um, but yeah, and then shit, I don't even know what else to do, bro. Like I don't know how to do this shit either. But that is one thing I do. I really do look up to the people who do well without a phone and social media and anything that doesn't provide like substance to your life. The party I was at last night, actually, the person who was hosting, um, I'd see them carry around a flip phone here and there, bro. And I remember talking about it with one of my homies, cause we saw this person, right? And my homie was like, "Bro, did you see has a flip phone?" I was like, "Yeah." I wonder like if that's the only thing they have, or it's like an actual choice. I actually talked to this person about it before, and they were really trying out that dumb phone thing, and they were just saying, yeah, it doesn't really work well for them. Um, like they can stay off social media, but it's like the 21st century is so hard. 21st century people back then in the 21st century were doing this. It's 2025. You know, like it's hard to do stuff without a smartphone. You know, QR codes. I gotta scan this shit to see the menu. Oh, I get in a car accident. Gotta pull up my car insurance. Shit like that. You know, it's hard. My biggest thing with that is like streaming services are really useful, and or like music streaming services. And I love my Apple CarPlay, bro. And I like my GPS too. I don't got good awareness of where places are, so I like my GPS. But fuck, bro, like I don't know. I do want to make the move to that. I feel like it would be a good experience. So yeah, I was talking wait, where was I at? Yeah. So that was their reason for not being able to stick with the flip phone, that you know, there's just a lot of things, practical things that you can't do without a smartphone, which I agree. But I don't know if I'm disciplined enough to not, to just not have certain things on my smartphone. Um, so yeah. And I also think, whoa, there's a noise somewhere. Where did that noise come from, bro? I also think like another problem is like, okay, I'm just rambling now. I don't know what I was gonna say next actually. Give me 10 seconds. So just talk to yourself for 10 seconds, bro. Um yeah, no, I remember what I was gonna say. I also feel like phones also suck in the way where it's like you can't actually like turn your brain off, bro. Because let's say you delete TikTok, let's say you delete Instagram, but YouTube is still there. They got short form videos, but they also got some good ass videos to watch in general, you know? Or let's say like I don't use like Netflix or anything like that. I got my own media server that I be using because I don't like paying for that shit, bro. Um, but yeah, it's like let's say I got everything off, but I still got like Jellyfin to watch my home media server or whatever. Then it's like, well, now it's like always got this shit in my face still, you know. So that's where I feel like the cutoff is between your phone and the actual like an actual spot you sit and you have to consciously make that decision to take something in. That's it. That's the video. This one was kind of trash, but just wait until the next one. I got a banger coming, guys. I don't know. I'm just taking it as it goes, but I think the next one might be better.